Welcome to Yoga with Tracy. Today we have a 20-minute slow and gentle yoga stretch, great for any time of the day.
Hi everyone, I'm Tracy.
Let's begin today's practice in a seated cross-legged position, hands softly resting on your knees, rolling your shoulders back and down, sitting up nice and tall so the spine can be lengthened, closing your eyes as you bring your attention to your breath, just enjoying that inhale and exhale. There's no need to control or change the breath. Our first few asanas will be seated postures, so if your hips are feeling tight, you can prop yourself up on a blanket. Lifting up those hips will reduce stress and discomfort in your hips, knees and back. Slowly opening the eyes. Sliding your left shin in front of your right. Keep the length in your spine and gazing straight forwards. Hands resting softly on your knees as you drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Let the head feel heavy. Feel the stretch along the left side of the neck as it's lengthened. Reach your left hand out to the side with the fingertips pointing upwards. Let the head continue to hang. You might like to experiment with the position of the arm. You can bring that forwards a little and maybe angle the head towards the floor. It can be very common to store tension at this spot, so this is really refreshing for both the neck and shoulders. Bringing the left hand back to your knee, gently drop your head forwards and centre and let the head hang there. Inhaling as you lift the head, chin parallel to the floor. Reaching your arms forward along the floor, keep the length in the spine, and then start to walk the arms over to the right as we focus on our left glute and the outer hip. Folding over your right leg and coming onto your forearms. Some of you might be able to fold all the way down. If not, don't worry. Just let gravity slowly release you down further. As we get a generous side stretch from the left shoulder all the way down to the hip. One more inhalation and exhalation. And walking the hands back in as you lift yourself up. Twisting your torso over to the left, your right hand on your left knee, left fingertips on the floor behind you. As we let tension in the spine be released. Coming back to centre, we'll repeat that sequence on the other side. Placing your right shin in front of the left. Get yourself comfortable, each side will feel different. Placing your hands back on your knees and dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Reaching the right fingertips out to the side and then experimenting with the position of the arm and the head. Enjoy your breath. Allow the breath to become slower and more even. It will help to relax the nervous system and calm the mind. Placing your right hand back on your knee, gently and slowly dropping your head forward to centre. Inhaling to lift the head. Reaching the arms forwards along the floor and start to walk the arms over to the left and folding forwards as you remain here for 5 slow breaths. walking the hands back as you lift up. A little torso twist to the right. Slowly coming back to face forwards. Let's hug our knees into our chest, feet flat on the floor. Begin with your gaze facing forwards, chin parallel to the floor. You can close your eyes. Inhaling, lifting your head up towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Exhaling, nice and gently, lowering your chin towards your forearms. Repeating 3 more times as you keep the movement soft and smooth. Opening the eyes. Coming onto our hands and knees into tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Exhaling, slowly begin to circle your hips in one direction. Inhaling as you come forwards. Keep this circular motion flowing. You can make the circles as small or as big as you like. If you're finding it's uncomfortable on the knees, you can use some additional padding like a folded blanket. Circling your hips in the other direction. Enjoy this gorgeous movement as we bring some mobility into the hips and lower back. Coming back to stillness in tabletop. Bringing your knees and feet together, tucking your toes under and try to sit on the balls of your feet. Reach down and tuck those little toes under. Make sure you're sitting upright. Bringing both hands behind the back and joining the palms together with the fingers facing upwards for reverse prayer. If you're struggling with reverse prayer, you can try grabbing your elbows with opposite hands or making fists and pressing them towards each other. Keeping the spine lengthened and the chin parallel to the floor. As we allow the toe squat to open the toes and feet whilst it strengthens the ankles. Releasing the hands. Coming back into tabletop. Uncurling the toes and placing your seat back on your heels as we rest here for a few moments. Taking your seat to one side, swinging the legs in front of you so you're facing the short edge of your mat, and bring the soles of your feet together, heels towards the pelvis, making a diamond shape. Begin to fold forwards, but any back problems, keep the spine neutral. Lightly resting your hands on your feet or on the floor in front of you, with the head hanging down towards your heels. If you're finding this posture difficult, you might like to try elevating your hips by sitting on the edge of a blanket, which can help to tilt you forwards. In this butterfly pose, we get a stretch the entire hip area as it opens the inner thighs, back and hip flexors. Use your hands to push the floor away from you as you slowly roll up, Repeating again, but this time move your feet forwards about a foot. And as you roll forwards, feel how the sensation has moved along the outer thighs this time. Releasing out of the posture by using your hands to push the floor away as you slowly roll up. Stretching both legs out in front of you, we're going to move into a seated half spinal twist. Bring your right knee in, placing your right foot to the outside of your left knee, foot flat, hooking your left elbow around the right knee and taking the right hand on the floor behind you, twisting your torso over to the right. Gazing over your shoulder as you sit up nice and tall. Feel the rotation in the spine as we strengthen the deep muscles of the back. Coming back into centre, sending the right leg out, left knee in and repeating on the other side. Hooking your right elbow around the left knee, sitting up nice and tall as you rotate your torso over to the left. Coming back into centre and sending the left leg out. Coming to lie down on your back. Let's move into a supine hamstring stretch. Bending both knees and placing both feet flat on the floor. Keeping the back of your head resting on the mat. Begin to straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling. Interlacing the hands behind the leg on the hamstring or calf, or you could use a towel around the back of the thigh. Slowly pulling the leg towards the chest and flexing the foot and reaching the heel up. You may find that you need to keep the knee bent. That's absolutely fine. Tight hamstrings can reduce the mobility in the pelvis, which is putting additional pressure on the lower back. So this is a great pose to help stretch out those hamstrings, to help release the tightness that you may be experiencing. Releasing the right foot back to the floor, keeping the knees bent, arms at your sides as you push your hips up into bridge pose. Pressing your feet firmly into the floor as you clasp the hands below your pelvis. Keeping your thighs and inner feet parallel, knees directly over the heels. Unclasping the hands and carefully and slowly lowering the hips to the floor. Straightening the left leg up towards the ceiling. Interlacing your hands behind your leg and slowly pulling it towards the chest. Lowering the leg to the floor and repeating bridge pose one more time. Lightly engaging your glutes, hamstrings and core as you lift your hips. Clasping the hands below your pelvis as you keep your hips lifted. To deepen, lifting your heels off the floor so you come up onto your toes. One more inhalation, lowering the heels, exhaling as you gently release the hips back to the floor. Remaining on your back, take your feet and knees out as wide as the mat. Arms out to your sides in a T position, palms facing up, about shoulder height. Exhaling as you lower your knees over to the right, inhaling back to centre. Exhaling over to the left, inhaling to centre, dropping the knees over to the right, but let them remain there this time and feel that stretch in the upper thighs and hips. To deepen the internal rotation, try placing your right ankle over your left thigh, allowing your body to relax as we create more flexibility in the spine. Releasing your right foot to the floor, inhaling as you bring the knees back up to centre, and exhaling as you drop them over to the left. Inhaling to centre, exhaling to right, inhaling to centre, and dropping to left and holding. As before, to deepen, placing your left ankle over your right thigh. Releasing the left foot, inhaling knees back to centre and hugging your knees into your chest. Lifting your head as you draw it towards your knees. Really enjoy that stretch. Carefully lowering the head to the floor. Enjoy a few more moments in this forward fold. Crossing your ankles and rolling yourself up into a seated position, or you may prefer to just roll over onto your side. Coming into a cross-legged seated position facing the long edge of your mat. Placing your hands softly on your knees. Rolling your shoulders back and down 3 times. Reversing the circles. Coming back to stillness. Turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Relaxing your shoulders down, head back to centre and repeating on the other side. Bringing the head back to face forwards, palms together in front of your heart space. Inhaling as you reach your arms out wide and then up overhead, palms touching. Exhaling as you bring your hands down through to heart centre. Thumbs up to your third eye. And bowing forwards, whisper Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button below. And please do subscribe. I put out new videos on a regular basis.